slightly overrated here in America. But after talking to some of the guys today, the rivalry goes a little bit deeper with these two teams.
Really a litmus test for everybody else in the league when they play the Giltinis, and we are underway. And there's, it looks like John Ryberg, who looks like he can catch pianos, Mike, the way he is built.
To do a standard 8-9-15 here, maybe push New York into the corner and play a bit of that territory game. Look for a kick along the ground. Let's see what they do.
That's right, up front you've got Blake Rogers, Lindsey Stevens, and Charlie Abel for LA. And they are a formidable trio. And it's going to be a penalty to LA.
Comes that New York maul, probably. You see Andy Ellis back out of the line out. Kara Pryor sitting there in the halfback spot.
And it's spoiled by Den Hoot. Poitevin was tackled hard by New York and he coughed up the ball, and now New York has it and nobody has it. Knocked on by New York, so playing the advantage. Some big props for LA. New York will be hard pressed to stop them this close. And there's the whistle and a penalty awarded. And there is the penalty kicked by Luke Burton.
Bind.
But New York put pressure on LA in LA's end. You don't see that much for the Giltinis. And there's Adam Ashe, the Scotsman, taking it off the back.
No, heavy. Out now, out now. Yeah.
And New York still possessing the ball. Despite the cries to the referee from Los Angeles. Here's Andy Ellis with a quick feed to Futai. Points that LA has scored this season. Is this a victory for New York to only allow 3 in this amount of time out of the gate and earn a penalty? And here's Hollinshead to try to cap that effort. And the flags go up, and he is unflappable. Okay. All right, Mike, it looks like Leguizamon is out as well for New York.
Yeah, I got it.
Two key players on the sidelines. We'll get down to Alex in a moment when we can.
It's one of the most physically demanding positions on the field, so we hope Juan gets better, but it was good to see him out there for a few minutes.
Yeah, that's a tough blow for New York. It looks like Kyle Sumption is in. He's a hard-nosed, good, solid player off the bench.
See.
Here comes Giltinis. There's Goddard to Carty. Carty puts his boot to it. Lockyer running back.
Keep it Mark Miles. No, cancel that.
Joel Morando, a little bit of a bad bounce into the hands of James Ryan.
Play on. Backwards, play on.
You're showing your objectivity here in the booth because you just gave LA some advice against your former team. Here's Stephen Lindsay throwing it in. He looks like a swashbuckler off a pirate ship, the hooker.
LA swinging back to the short side now.
There he is again with the ball. He's got a little open room. And here comes Carty. Carty right into the hands of LA. And there's another try. Or our first try, I should say, for Los Angeles. And it's one of the league leaders, if not the league leader, in DTH Mandeverdi.
Running options everywhere. So take a look. Here's the line out. They just kind of set this up with a forward pod right off a short line out. They swing back down the short side. You can see the 9 loop. That's just a decoy. Inside pass. Inside pass again. DTH. I mean, he is just a world-class wing.
Oh, to have hair and have some fun with it. And there's the conversion by Burton, and he slots it through, and suddenly, just like that, like lightning, 7 points. Yeah, you know, you got some good kicking talent in that back line too. You've got, you know, Burton is handling the points and touch, but Carty's his number 10. And he's no slouch kicking either. Right? Ryberg knows how to play defense too. There's Will Leonard. Some quick feet, gets in some extra meters. Ellis takes it off, but it's a penalty. And a strike. And it is through. Boy, he is impressive, Mike. Wow. Not what we wanted to see for this high-scoring match that we anticipated, but in the meantime, we have a defensive match, which is great. And there's Kyle Sumption, who's in for Leguizamon, taking the restart and getting right back up on his feet. That's what he does. The West Park legend, Kyle Sumption, rambling. Nobody can bring him down. Eventually they do. Here's Andy Ellis and Dylan Fawcett right into the hands of James Rochford, who had a big first half.
Little skill set. So, you know, the rule says that you have to release the ball. It doesn't say that you can't pick it up yourself. So here's Kyle Sumption, release the ball quickly, just keeping his legs going. He's so good at that.
And he just keeps ticking, man. He just keeps kicking those through. Glenn Bryce is out.
Midfield, eh?
And there's Den Hoot
Play the advantage.
barreling forward. Luke Carty. Oh, big stick by Will Leonard on his counterpart, Luke Burton. But here's Ryberg dragged to the turf.
Don't know if you'll see it here in this highlight or not, but not that one. It was the one
Guys,
before. That was a good shot by Will.
Mate,
The one
it was,
a couple
it was
plays
penalty
earlier,
at best, okay?
Will had come up.
It was pretty mediocre.
And
They've got very good players in there, but they are missing some key components right now. In all fairness, some of their playmakers, particularly you got that kicking prop, J.P. Smith, who's kicking, you know, feeding his wings tries with his soft feet. And his kick is up, and it looks like it is good. So there, in this seesaw battle, it's a kicking duel. Every single play is tense because of the score here. And here's Troy Lockyer going at Luke Burton into the open.
No, leave it.
Hapakui on the tackle.
free play here for New York.
And it's going to be a penalty, and you know this is Dan Hollinshead territory, so we'll see what happens.
Break here from Lockyer. Nice show and go there. Showing his pace into the line. I think he had some players on his outside to the left who'd be frustrated wanting that pass to come out to them because they had a line of players, which was what Los Angeles was honoring.
Dylan Fawcett, the butcher.
Good, thank you.
Still going strong. Well held on to by Hermesheis. But it is turned. There's Ryberg. Bulling forward. Tough man to tackle. I don't really agree with you on that one. But there's a line out taken by LA. It looks like Corey Thomas is in there. He's the elk to Den Hoot's moose.
Be a problem for New York. This could be a problem.
Just giving a warning for too many penalties when we come down here. This guy's coming clearly
Oh
on the
boy,
side.
this couldn't be a worse time to get a card, and it is a card indeed for front row player Tawaki for New York. And Luke Burton drills it while the fans here are making noise, and that's what would, you know, America, you know, that's what they do in sports. He's also capable of kicking a drop goal, Mike, which might be crazy in these conditions, but it could win the game.
They're just going back and forth to these pods, right then left, right then left. Now they're getting their backs involved. Here comes
Futai with a fake and maybe a high tackle. They're playing on. Breakley. Here goes to Hermesheis. Into 3 white jerseys and fumbles it, but it's going to be an advantage played for New York.
Penalty for New York right in front of the post.
With Mike Lash going over to LA. And it's a yellow for LA. And just like that, there goes Adam Ash. If New York can spin it wide, they've got an advantage because Ryan James is out there by himself. You got Hollinshead and Lockyer, and it's a penalty to LA. Dennis acts like a foe. Well, there's Van der Merwe, and it's turned over. Battling right to the very end, both of these teams. And there it is! As Al Michael says, did you believe in miracles? New York, the first to defeat the LA Giltinis right here in Jersey City by 2 points in a defensive battle.